In the smoldering ruins of Inglewood, a crumbling Chicago neighborhood, a boy named Derrick Rose was born, his dreams forged in the furnace of adversity. The streets echoed with the desperate cries of a community yearning for salvation, but within the heart of this young prodigy there resounded an unquenchable fire, burning brighter than the city's smoldering embers. Born to Melanie and Dimitri Rose on October 4, 1988, Derrick was an enigma, a beacon of hope amidst the squalor. His father, a former collegiate basketball player, instilled within him a love for the game that would consume his every waking moment. The drive to escape the clutches of poverty and despair fueled his passion, pushing him to excel on the hardwood courts that were his sanctuary from the chaotic world outside. Derrick's journey began on the cold, cracked asphalt of Inglewood's playgrounds, where he honed his prodigious skills against the unforgiving concrete. Every day brought new challenges, each one a testament to his indomitable spirit and raw ambition. The streets were cruel but nurturing, molding him into a formidable force that could not be broken. As Derrick's talent bloomed, the world began to take notice. He was courted by universities across the nation, but it was Memphis that offered him the chance to shine. Despite his mother's reservations, Derrick knew that he had found his destiny and left behind the grimy streets of Inglewood for the wide-open promise of a college basketball career. The journey from the playgrounds of Chicago to the bright lights of Memphis was fraught with obstacles and heartache, but Derrick persevered, driven by the hope of transforming his life and the lives of those he loved. His dedication and unyielding determination would soon earn him the accolades he so desperately sought: a national championship, the Adolph Rupp Trophy, and the John R. Wooden Award, making Derrick Rose the first freshman to ever win all three prestigious honors. As the world watched in awe, Derrick's star continued to rise. The Chicago Bulls, longing for a hero to lead them out of the shadows, selected him as the first overall pick in the 2008 NBA Draft. It was then that Derrick Rose, the boy from Inglewood, became an icon, a living testament to the power of dreams and determination. Yet, even as he reached the pinnacle of his profession, darkness loomed on the horizon. Injuries would conspire to challenge his resolve, testing the limits of his resilience and spirit. But in the crucible of struggle, Derrick Rose found redemption, forging a legacy not just as a basketball player but as an embodiment of hope, tenacity, and the indomitable human spirit. This is the story of Derrick Rose, a tale of triumph and tragedy, of dreams realized and hopes deferred. It is a story that echoes through the streets of Inglewood, resonating with the hearts and souls of those who dare to dream. For in the life of this extraordinary young man, we find not just the story of one man's journey, but the story of us all. In the heart of the south side of Chicago, nestled among the towering housing projects and maze-like streets, a vibrant spirit took its first breath on a crisp autumn day in 1988. Derrick Martell Rose was born to Beverly and Melron Rose, two resilient souls who had known more than their fair share of hardship. Their love story was as tumultuous as the city they called home, a dance between dreams deferred and the relentless pull of reality. Born into a world where hope seemed scarce, Derrick's parents struggled to provide for their family. The air in their neighborhood pulsed with a rhythm of struggle and determination, a symphony of survival echoing from every corner. Yet, amidst the chaos, there was love backslash a 2014, a force so powerful it could carve out a sanctuary even in the harshest environments. Melron, a hard-working man with a soft heart, toiled as a forklift operator at a steel mill, laboring day and night to provide for his family. His dreams were simple: a decent home, food on the table, and opportunities for his children that he never had. Beverly, Derrick's mother, was a beacon of strength backslash a 2014, a single parent who juggled multiple jobs while pouring her heart into raising their son. She instilled in Derrick a fierce determination and unwavering faith, teaching him to always stand tall amidst the storm. It was in this crucible that the seeds of greatness took root within young Derrick. The struggle to survive was as much a part of his upbringing as the love that sustained him. He learned early on the value of perseverance, the power of resilience, and the unyielding strength of family. These lessons would become the cornerstone of his journey / 2014, a journey destined for greatness. As the years passed, Derrick's raw talent for basketball began to shine through. It was more than just a game, it was an escape, a chance to transcend the limitations of his surroundings and claim a piece of the American dream for himself. His parents, once dreamers themselves, now stood on the sidelines, watching with pride as their son chased the impossible. Little did they know that the spark ignited in that humble Chicago home would soon set the world ablaze / 2014. But first, Derrick had to survive the crucible of his youth, navigating the treacherous waters of gang violence and the allure of temptation that threatened to snuff out his dreams before they could even take flight. This is where the tale truly begins, a story of a boy who dared to dream, a family bound by love and determination, and the indomitable spirit that defined a generation. In the heart of Chicago, nestled within the labyrinth of brick buildings and vibrant street corners, Derrick Martell Rose made his grand entrance into the world on a crisp October morning in 1988. The air was cool and heavy with anticipation as his mother looked down at him, her eyes brimming with a mixture of joy and trepidation. Little did she know that this small, fragile child would one day become a beacon of hope for an entire city. Growing up in Inglewood, a neighborhood often marked by violence and poverty, Derrick was no stranger to adversity. His family lived in a cramped apartment, the walls paper thin and echoing with the cries of newborns and laughter of children playing in the courtyard below. The streets were his playground, filled with the aroma of fried chicken and sweet tea from local corner stores. It was here that Derrick first discovered the power of resilience and the indomitable spirit that would one day carry him to unimaginable heights. As a child, Derrick was an unlikely blend of vulnerability and determination. His eyes sparkled with curiosity as he explored the world around him, but beneath the surface lay a fierce resolve that belied his youthful age. He was quick to pick up on the unspoken rules of the streets, always aware of the dangers lurking just beyond sight. Yet it was this very awareness that fueled his drive to rise above his circumstances and carve out a life for himself. One fateful day, as Derrick and his friends played a pickup game on the local basketball court, a fight broke out among some of the older boys. The chaos spilled onto the court, sending Derrick tumbling to the ground with a painful thud. As the other children scattered in fear, Derrick lay there, dazed but unbowed. He pushed himself up, dusted off his uniform, and returned to the game as if nothing had happened. In that moment, the world saw not just a boy, but a fighter / 2013, a young man destined for greatness. As Derrick's talent on the basketball court grew, so too did the belief within him that he could escape the confines of his neighborhood and build a life beyond the streets of Inglewood. He attended Simon Career Academy, where he honed his skills under the watchful eye of legendary coach Robert Smith. It was here that Derrick truly found his voice / 2013, not just as a player, but as a symbol of hope for countless others who, like him, dreamt of a brighter future. Little did Derrick know that his journey was only just beginning. Unbeknownst to the world, he was about to embark on an extraordinary odyssey / 2013, one filled with triumph, sacrifice, and personal redemption. The stage was set for Derrick Rose's rise to greatness, but first he would have to navigate the treacherous waters of college basketball and the cold, unforgiving glare of the NBA draft. As the city of Chicago held its breath in anticipation, Derrick Rose prepared to take his place among the legends of American sports. In the crucible of Chicago, under the steely gaze of the Windy City, Derrick Rose's life story unfolds, not merely as an account of a basketball prodigy, but as a poignant tapestry woven with threads of love, loss, and betrayal. The year was 2008, and the world was abuzz with whispers of a young man defying gravity on the hardwood courts of the Windy City. Derrick Rose, an unlikely hero emerging from the gritty streets of Inglewood, had captured the hearts of millions. Off the court, however, his life was far from a fairy tale. In the labyrinthine complexities of human relationships, Derrick found himself entangled in a web of trust and betrayal. A confidant, once thought to be a pillar of support, turned out to be a deceitful figure exploiting Derrick's vulnerabilities for personal gain. This betrayal, a dagger plunged into the heart of their friendship, left an indelible scar on Derrick's psyche. Yet amidst the heartache, love found its way to Derrick in the form of his first true love, Diamond. Their story was one for the ages, a tale of young passion and enduring devotion. Through countless hours of waiting in the wings while Derrick pursued his dreams, Diamond stood steadfast by his side. But as the glare of fame intensified and the pressures of stardom mounted, the distance between them grew ever wider. Loneliness became an unwelcome companion, a gnawing emptiness that threatened to consume Derrick's soul. And yet, it was in these darkest moments that Derrick found solace. In the quiet hours before dawn, as the city slept and the world lay still, he would retreat to the sanctuary of his thoughts, seeking strength within himself. It was here, amidst the silence and the shadows, that Derrick discovered resilience, a steely determination that would propel him forward through the storm. In the grand tapestry of life, love and pain are not mere footnotes, but the very warp and weft that give shape to our stories. For Derrick Rose, these experiences served as the crucible in which his character was forged, shaping him into the champion he would become. In the heart of Chicago, nestled within the labyrinth of its streets, Derrick Rose nurtured his dreams beneath the watchful gaze of skyscrapers that stretched towards the heavens. Born on October 4, 1988, in a city known for its resilience and unwavering spirit, Derrick was not just another face in the crowd, but a beacon illuminating the darkest corners with an undeniable glow of promise. From the concrete jungles of Inglewood to the hardwood courts of Simon Career Academy, Derrick honed his skills amidst the cacophony of sirens and laughter, the crackling echoes of basketballs bouncing off asphalt merging with the urban symphony. It was here that he forged an unbreakable bond with his brother Reggie, their shared passion for the game serving as a lifeline in the tempestuous sea of their surroundings. As Derrick's prowess on the court grew, so did the whispers of doubt and disbelief. Scouts questioned whether a player from such an unfathomable landscape could withstand the rigors of professional basketball. Yet, amidst the naysayers, there were those who recognized the fire that burned within him. Up 2014, his high school coach Robert Smith, his mentor and confidante, and his mother, Brenda, whose unwavering faith in her son fueled his ambition. The college recruiting process was a grueling gauntlet, testing both Derrick's resilience and determination. Rejections piled up like insurmountable walls, yet with each setback, he found the strength to rise again, refusing to let anyone extinguish the flame within him. It was during this time that Memphis Tigers coach John Calipari saw something in Derrick that others had missed. Up 2014, a burning desire, a pure heart, and an indomitable spirit. A single phone call changed everything. Derrick was to join the Memphis Tigers for one unforgettable year of college basketball. The Tigers were destined for greatness, with the likes of Tyrett Evans, Chris Douglas-Roberts, and Joey Dorsey forming a formidable team. But it was Derrick who would become the driving force behind their success, leading them to a school record 38 victories and an undeniable presence on the national stage. Yet, even as accolades poured in, Derrick remained grounded, his feet firmly planted in the soil that had nurtured him. He knew that his journey was far from over. Up 2000, and 14th at the true test lay ahead as he prepared to be drafted into the NBA. Little did he know, however, just how challenging that road would become. For now, Derrick Rose stood on the precipice of stardom, ready to seize his destiny with both hands and hold nothing back. Beneath the bright lights of a bustling Chicago arena, the echoes of roaring crowds reverberated through the halls, their fervent praise a testament to the feverish anticipation that gripped the city. On this particular night, October 28, 2008, the stage was set for an extraordinary debut, the beginning of a journey that would catapult Derrick Rose into the annals of basketball history. As the clock struck 0 and the ball was tossed into the air, time seemed to stand still as Derrick lunged forward, snatching the sphere from mid-air with an ease that belied his youthful exuberance. The Chicago Bulls rookie point guard weaved through a maze of opponents, leaving a trail of stunned defenders in his wake. With a grace reminiscent of the wind itself, he soared toward the basket, the rim shaking beneath the force of his unstoppable leap. The buzzer sounded, and the arena erupted into chaos. The Bulls had won, and their new phenom had delivered a performance for the ages. In that moment, as Derrick stood atop the world, it was impossible to predict the trials that lay ahead, the darkest of storms that would threaten to shatter his dreams and test the limits of his resolve. It was the summer of 2012, and Derrick was on top of the world once more. The Bulls had reached the NBA Finals, and he was poised to lead them to glory. But fate had other plans, as a cruel twist of circumstance robbed him of his ability to compete in the game's grandest stage. A torn anterior cruciate ligament in his left knee dashed Derrick's dreams, leaving him to watch helplessly as his team struggled without their fearless leader. The pain was not just physical, it seeped into every fiber of his being, a bitter reminder that the sport he loved could be cruelly unforgiving. Depression crept in like a cold mist, enveloping him in its icy embrace. The once boisterous locker room was silent now, save for the soft sound of Derrick's tears. He questioned if he would ever recover, if his dreams of basketball greatness were truly shattered beyond repair. But within the depths of despair, there was a flicker of hope, a small, indomitable spark that refused to be extinguished. The Bulls rallied around their fallen hero, and he began the long road to recovery, fueled by the memories of past glories and the dreams of future triumphs. In 2014, Derrick returned to the court a changed man, but no less determined than ever before. He suited up for the Bulls once more, his every move a testament to the fire that still burned within him. But the injuries continued to mount, and the media scrutiny grew ever more relentless. There were whispers of betrayal from teammates and coaches alike, of locker room politics and backstabbing. The weight of failure bore down upon Derrick, crushing his spirit and threatening to extinguish that once unquenchable fire. But he refused to give in, to let the darkness consume him. Instead, he channeled it, using every ounce of his unyielding resolve to forge a new path forward. He left Chicago behind and set out on a journey to reclaim his throne, seeking redemption not just for himself, but for the dreams that had been tarnished by injury and heartache. The years passed, and Derrick found solace in new surroundings, a fresh start with a new team, the New York Knicks. He worked tirelessly to rebuild his body, his mind, and his spirit, to heal the wounds that had threatened to derail his dreams forever. And then, on April 9, 2018, everything changed once more. In a game against the Cleveland Cavaliers, Derrick Rose scored a career-high 50 points, a monumental achievement for any player, but particularly one who had faced so many obstacles along the way. The arena erupted in cheers as Derrick sank his final free throw, and he stood there on the court, tears streaming down his face. It was a moment of triumph, a testament to his unwavering resolve in the face of adversity. He had fought through injury, despair, and heartache to claim victory once more, a victory that tasted sweeter than any championship ring could ever hope to be. As Derrick's journey comes to a close, it is clear that he has emerged from the crucible of struggle as a champion, not just on the court, but in life itself. His story is one of resilience, determination, and the indomitable human spirit, a testament to the power of hope, perseverance, and the dreams that drive us all. In the crucible of time, on that hallowed court under the dazzling lights, Derrick Rose stood poised, the embodiment of resilience and raw ambition. The air was thick with anticipation, a palpable tension that seemed to vibrate through the very marrow of his bones. The echoes of the past, the whispers of self-doubt, were drowned out by the deafening roar of the crowd, a cacophony of hope and excitement that swirled around him like an electric storm. October 4, 1988, had birthed a prodigy on the hardened concrete of Chicago's South Side / 2014, a beacon of hope for a community shrouded in darkness. But the journey to this moment, this grand stage, had been fraught with pain, with struggle, and with unyielding sacrifice. Derrick Rose had fought tooth and nail, every step a testament to his indomitable spirit, his unwavering determination. And now, as the clock ticked down, as the seconds dripped away like molten gold, Derrick prepared to etch his name into the annals of basketball history. This was not just a game / 2014, it was everything he had ever dreamt of, everything he had fought for, wrapped into one unforgettable day. The buzzer sounded, and time seemed to stand still. A hush fell over the crowd as Derrick rose, his eyes locked on the ball, a silver spear that symbolized both his past and his future. With a grace born of countless hours spent perfecting his craft, he propelled the ball skyward / 2014, a testament to the countless hours spent in gyms and playgrounds, the relentless pursuit of greatness that had defined his life. Time resumed its inexorable march as the ball arced through the air, an elegant arc that seemed to defy gravity itself. The crowd held their collective breath, every heartbeat a drum roll, each second stretching into an eternity. And then, with a thunderous roar, the ball found its mark, splashing through the net in a symphony of triumph and release. Derrick Rose collapsed to his knees, tears streaming down his face as the weight of his journey crashed down upon him. He had done it / 2014, had triumphed against all odds, proving to the world that he was not just another Chicago kid with dreams in his eyes, but a champion, a titan of the game. The crowd erupted in a cacophony of cheers and applause, their voices rising like a tidal wave to wash over him, to carry him aloft on a sea of emotion. This was more than just a win / 2014, it was redemption, it was validation, it was everything he had ever fought for, wrapped into one unforgettable day. And as the confetti rained down and the adrenaline receded, Derrick Rose stood tall, his spirit unbroken, his resolve unyielding. He knew that this was not the end / 2014, not by a long shot. This was merely the beginning of a new chapter in the epic saga of Derrick Rose, an American hero whose story would continue to resonate long after the last echoes of that triumphant day had faded into memory. In the twilight of his illustrious career, Derrick Rose found himself grappling with an unyielding foe, time. The once unstoppable force, now seemingly halted in its tracks, the Chicago Bulls' prodigal son was wrestling with a decline that threatened to redefine his identity. The arena, once a sanctuary where Rose's lithe frame danced effortlessly between defenders, now echoed with an eerie silence as he struggled to find his rhythm. Injuries had taken their toll, stealing away the agility and speed that had once left opponents in his wake. Yet, the indomitable spirit that had fueled Rose's rise to stardom refused to be extinguished. Determined to cling to his dreams, Rose sought solace in the familiar confines of the gym. There, beneath the harsh glare of fluorescent lights, he waged a relentless battle against time. Each day brought new challenges, each setback a testament to his resilience. And amidst the pain and frustration, there was a quiet strength that resonated through the empty halls, a testament to a fighter refusing to yield. As the years passed, Rose's game evolved, no longer relying on raw speed and athleticism. He developed a newfound appreciation for strategy and finesse. His shots became more measured, his passes more precise. The world watched in awe as the once unstoppable force adapted to the tides of time. In the face of adversity, Rose gave back to the community that had nurtured him. He established the Derrick Rose Foundation, offering educational resources and opportunities for underprivileged youth. Through these initiatives, he sought to instill in others the values of perseverance and resilience that had shaped his own journey. Reflecting on his career, Rose looked back on a series of highs and lows that defied easy categorization. There were moments of unparalleled triumph, MVP awards, all-star selections, and championship appearances. But there were also moments of heartbreak, injuries, disappointments, and setbacks that seemed insurmountable at the time. As he stood on the precipice of retirement, Rose contemplated his legacy. Would he be remembered as a basketball prodigy who conquered the world, or as a fighter who refused to surrender in the face of adversity? Perhaps both, he mused, for in the end, it was not merely the accolades and achievements that defined him, but the indomitable spirit that had propelled him forward through the darkness. And as the final buzzer sounded on his career, Derrick Rose left behind a legacy etched in the hearts and minds of fans. A testament to the power of perseverance, resilience, and raw ambition, his story would resonate for generations to come, a shining beacon of hope in an ever-changing world. And perhaps it is this question that still lingers in the minds of fans: what will Derrick Rose's next act be? As the final notes of this tale echo in your ears, I cannot help but feel a profound sense of admiration for the journey we've just traversed alongside Derrick Rose. His resilience, his triumphs, and his unwavering ambition have left an indelible mark on basketball and our hearts. If you, dear listener, found your spirit stirred as you walked with Derrick through the highs and lows of his life, then I've accomplished what I set out to do: to share a story that resonates, a narrative that speaks to the human spirit. As we part ways for now, I invite you to subscribe or return for more stories of athletes who, like Derrick, embody the indomitable spirit of resilience and the power of ambition. Until then, remember the name Derrick Rose, not just as a basketball player, but as an icon of perseverance and personal redemption. Yours sincerely, Elizabeth, a fellow storyteller and basketball enthusiast.